Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ron Barnett. I'm your host tonight. This is hopefully an annual event. It's called Remaining Upright. Firstly, I want to acknowledge, with respect, the history, spirituality, and culture of the Anishinaabe, Six Nations of the Grand River, Haudenosaunee, and Wyandot peoples on whose traditional territories we gather, and whose ancestors signed treaties with our ancestors. We also recognize the Métis and the Inuit, whose ancestors shared this land and these waters. May we all, as treaty people, live with respect on this land and live in peace and friendship with all its diverse peoples. I also want to remind you that in case of an emergency, there are exits on either side of the main floor behind you, as well as to my right, your left. Smoking is not permitted inside the building, but smokers can practice their habit outside at the end of the sidewalk at the south entrance where you came in. Washrooms are through the lobby near the entrance. They are wheelchair accessible as well. I hope you have all also had a treat from Susan's Delicatessen in the lobby. I want to thank them for being a part of this event. Now you may be wondering what this night is all about. Well, it all started last February when we held a Still Standing watch party, and collectively we watched the Markdale episode of CBC's Still Standing. A huge crowd came out to watch that together, and it was so much fun that we wanted to do it again this year. Of course, there is no new episode of Still Standing that features a Grey Highlands community like the Markdale episode did last year. And Johnny Harris is not waiting in the wings somewhere to come out and do anything with you either. So we made our own episode, and that's what you're going to see tonight. And since the name Still Standing was already taken, I took my little liberties with the name, and we came up with Remaining Upright. So this is Grey Highlands Remaining Upright, and it's a year in review. There were a lot of great things that happened in Grey Highlands over the course of last year. And for all of these things, there were a lot of great people, volunteers, businesses, community leaders, and even some politicians working behind the scenes to make our world a better place. And we want to thank them tonight and shine a light on all of these people and all of the great things that they've done for us. One of those politicians who works hard behind the scenes as well as in front of them will bring a message from the municipality. He is an active volunteer in our community, and he played a major part in bringing the Ram Rodeo to Feversham. Of course, I'm talking about our Mayor, Paul McQueen. But first, hold your horses, Paul. Get it? Ram Rodeo. Hold the horses. First, we're going to watch a video created by the Grey Highlands staff, which touches on all of the public activities that Council engaged in 2023. And once that has finished, our illustrious mayor will come up and he will continue the show. So take it away, Tim. And now here's our mayor, Paul McQueen.
Well, thank you, everyone. And just before I get started here, I mean, isn't it great to see all that nice warm weather and all those openings, eh? Now we got winter. Now we really got winter. So just before I start, I want to recognize our Deputy Mayor, Dane Nielsen, and Councillor Allwood. I think that's all is here from Council. So I just want to make sure that I didn't miss those that are on Council, because it is of 7. So, well, good evening, everyone. And my name is Paul McQueen, and I'm the Mayor of Grey Highlands, as you sort of saw there. I will say that every year is an exciting time, and it's great to see all the new businesses and events that come about. And you know, it's great joy. At least I find great joy, and I'm sure the rest of council does as well, to get out there and you know, you talk about remaining upright. Well, you wouldn't be remaining upright if people weren't investing in our community. And just before I get to my script here, as you saw some of those pictures, you know, I think one strong point of remaining upright, as we call it this evening, is that new hospital. That new hospital. You come into Markdale and you see that hospital. I think we need a round of applause for that, eh? And you know what? I was coming in here tonight, and you see it from Highway 10. Yes, it's visible. I think that's so important as you come up here. Think about it when you drive up, especially at night. You drive by and then you see, well, Tim Hortons. I know that's good and bad, everybody else, but we have a Tim Hortons. Everybody goes to Tim Hortons. And then you see the dollar store, and you see Foodland, and then you see houses being built. It's pretty impressive. You know, I mean, I was coming up Highway 10, and I know we have a number of C4s. The lights are on. Why is the lights on? I mean, something's being built. Something's being manufactured, small as it is. And, you know, it's a struggle in Grey Highlands, even on the agricultural side, to do that. And, you know, off-farm income is a very important part of farms and supporting farms and being on a farm. And again, the lights are on, just like here. Just like I was talking to Ron tonight, how churches, this church, is remaining upright. It's so important that we support those as well. So I'll get back on script here. I have a lot of things here. Maybe I'll get off script, but anyway, I'm honored to be here tonight for this fun and exciting event. The past year, we have achieved milestones we should all take pride in. Our community has grown stronger and more connected. Speaking of connected, did anybody go through Fletcher this year? I'm sure you have. Well, that's a Connecting Link grant that we got over $3 million for. And I know it was a bit of, you know, what do they say, no mess, no progress, or you know, no pain, no gain. Well, we got it done, and it's, I guess I'll just put it out there. Thanks for your patience. They'll be putting the final lift this spring, but we got, that's one of 2 connecting links that we have, which we have here in Markdale. As you probably are aware, back in, 95, 97, it was all downloaded. It should be still the provincial government's road anyway, so we got the money there. So anyway, it's all coming back that way. Each ribbon cutting not only symbolizes fresh beginnings and opportunity, but it also demonstrates the resilience of our business community and its commitment to growth. We got a new school coming. Again, you think about still standing last year, and you talk about that. We have a new school, remaining stand. That school has expanded twice. I think that reflects a lot in our community, and reflects a lot in the point that they're willing to sit down and expand that school. The school, new school in Markdale, or sorry, in Meaford opened there a few years back. Right away it had portables. Well, I mean, that does happen, but at least they're listening now. It was supposed to be opening September of this year. It's pushed back now. But you know what? If they keep expanding it, that's okay, because it's going to be better as we grow. They contribute to our vibrant and local economy, provide valuable services, and create job opportunities for our residents. So again, investment in our community. I remember a story from Stan Baker a number of years back. And I think it was even back when Still Standing looked at coming to Markdale the first time, 4 years before they came knocking. And I said, you gotta talk to Stan, because Stan has it up here. Stan knows this community is Markdale. And I remember him telling me, and I was telling Ron tonight, that Markdale, and it may be in the history book, Markdale per capita had more jobs per capita than anywhere else in Canada. And he was so proud of that. He reminded me of that. You know, local manufacturing has changed over the last 25 years. We know where, you know, things are being made today where they were 25, 30, 40 years ago. That may come back. We're seeing that coming back. I think part of it's for their quality and through cost of travel and everything else. So, again, still standing, remaining upright. And as I must say, as we move forward, and I see Karen Cox here tonight, is we have not only a Chamber of Commerce that was in Markdale, but now we've expanded to South Grey. Maybe you're going to be speaking to that later on, and you will be. But again, and it's working well. We were just at the Mayor's Breakfast last week, or a few weeks back, in Neustadt, and it was well attended. So it's made up of West Grey, Chatsworth, Southgate, and Grey Highlands. So we're expanding, and we're looking outside of our box. Speaking of Neustadt, where they make beer, I was thinking on the way up here, we do have a new brewery maybe coming soon, and I'm looking forward to that Markdale Lager and that Flesherton Ale. Hey, Dane, what do you think? I know you're a wine guy, so. The strength of our municipality shines through the wonderful people who live, work, and play here. I think that says a lot to you who are here tonight, our community, our resilience of our community. Just up the road here, Grey Gables. You know what was going to happen to Grey Gables? And those that maybe don't know what was going to happen to Grey Gables, it was suggested to be sold. And others, along with myself, fought hard to keep it there, and it's there today. It's going to be tremendous. There's going to be tremendous pressure on our long-term care homes and our long-term care facilities, and just facilities themselves, because, well, aging baby boomers, who we are, I'm one of them, near the end of it, but it's, you know, there's a lot of care needs to be taken. I know home care is so important, age in place is so important, but that facility, and that took this community along with the fight for the school. So again, it takes a community to, what do they say, a community to raise a child or something like that? Something like that? Something like that? Well, we have a great community here. The strength of our municipality, shines through, as I said, the wonderful people here who live, work, and play. The dedication, innovation, and spirit we have seen throughout 2023 shows our collective resilience and determination to progress, and even during challenging times. Well, I tell you, we all came through a challenging time 4 years ago that we don't want to talk about. You know, that was a different time, and we're still working through that. And I may speak to that later, but I'm not going to speak to that point in our history 4 years ago. I guess 3 years ago. No, 4 years ago. I was warden at the time, and I'll tell you, it was an interesting time. Looking ahead, the vision of 2024 is filled with promise and determination. We have a new strategic plan from our council that is moving forward, and I will say one of the things on that, there's a number of things, is commercial industrial lands. I know that we build a community, you got to build jobs. Jobs are so important for our community. Jobs are important for our community to build people walking in this door of this building. We need people in our community, and so, but we have to build it in a balanced way. There's a number of things that on council that we're looking, you know, especially through planning, and water and sewer allocation, a number of things that we have to work through to keep things happening. But growth has to be balanced. And I think we're in a community that is open to moving in that way. Each step we take is guided by our commitment to sustaining a vibrant and prosperous Grey Highlands. And we've been amalgamated since 2021. 2020 is when it sort of came together. So we're almost coming up for 25 years. You know, my kids, they don't know anything other than Grey Highlands. I remember when we started. I was on council before that. And, and we still have communities within our community. We're made of communities. And a community, as we see, we have 4 arenas, we have community centers throughout. But they were built by our community, and we have I think we have a really unique, well, we do have a very unique community that comes together, and when time needs to stand up and take that challenge, people are there for that. And I applaud you all for that. Anyway, from that, I want to say that, in summary, we are going to be celebrating Markdale's 176th anniversary. We have out there to look for some committee members. And 176 years old. That's even older than Canada. And we're here. This is the spot. So be proud of that, right? And I'm just pumping you up a little bit because we're going to have a great time this year. And part of that celebration is new entry gates or entry part to Markdale. We want to work at. There were gates, as you were probably most of you were quite aware, and there was a time capsule in one of those gates. And I think it was the team we opened that time capsule, and it was I think from 1948 or thereabouts when they celebrated that anniversary, and it was placed in when they built those gates. And it was back when there was lead solder. So you can imagine you don't do that anymore. And I think it was videoed, and that time capsule is down at the museum. And Stan Baker was here. He was at that, and we opened it, and there was pictures, and he remembered them all. He knew all the people in there, because he was from Markdale, and he was an anchor here to Markdale itself. Anyway, moving forward, we'll put a new time capsule, new entry gates, and all part of that through the celebration that we're looking there. So I know it's still looking maybe for a few people to be on that. So if you're looking for if you're energized and looking for being part of something, we're going to have a great time this year on that. Just going to check my notes if I have any. I more talk off the cuff, but school, Markdale, hospitals. Oh, the groundhog said it was going to be 6 more weeks. No, less than 6 more weeks to winter, right? Or spring. Get my stories right. Yeah, less than 6 weeks. I think last week we thought it was going to be in 6 days, just the way the weather was. So I don't think winter is, and I was thinking this also on the way up, winter is Grey Highlands. We're a 4-season community, and winter is so important. And I know part of that is skiing and outdoor recreation, which this weekend it's came at the right time. It's family weekend, so we can enjoy those outdoor. I was out, I have a snowblowing business, so I've been out blowing snow the last 2 days. So I see the snow, I see it go out, and we got it. But the snowmobile trails, you ask Stu McDale over here about winter. He says he needs, I think, 4 good weekends, because they all get food and gas and stuff like that. So it's so important. The economics of a lot of things affect your community in a lot of different ways, and snow is one of them. And I would say we're pretty proud of Grey Highlands. We're snow. We get it, and we have skiing, and it's so important to see, and I think it just sort of builds our character of who we are and why we're here and what it's all about. So thank you for being here yourself tonight. I think this is so important, and I think this is something we need to continue on. And I think remaining upright. I think that's what the groundhog does, right? He stands up and sees a shadow and says, "Wow, 6 more weeks, or it's going to be close." So, and just saying that, I also was talking to a few people. They were already making maple syrup last week. Can you imagine making maple syrup? So. That'll be the prime stuff to buy. Anyway, thank you for being here, staying engaged, and contributing to your community's success. Here to standing firm, remaining upright, and moving forward together. How about everybody stand up and remain upright and stand up? Okay. And stretch. Thanks again. Thanks, Ron.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor McQueen, for that stream of consciousness. The Ram Rodeo this year, date? May 25.
I gotta get my glasses on.
25th, 26th of May, Ram Rodeo at the Osprey Community Center in Feversham. Now, the mayor talked about more jobs per capita at one time, but I want to say I think there's more talent per capita in Grey Highlands right now than anywhere else in the country. And we have some of that talent here to perform for us tonight and prove that point. Talise Mulholland resides near Markdale and has played alone and with many other local musicians. Currently, she is 1/3 of the North Country Girls, and they will be performing right here with River Glen in April. So we're going to give you a little taste of what that might look like. And tonight she'll be doing a couple of solo pieces, the first of which will happen right now. Talise says she makes mossy music on her Facebook page, but you might call it mountain music or traditional bluegrass. Whatever you call it, I think you're going to like it. Here is Talise Mulholland.
Hi everyone, I'm Talise. I just live a few minutes outside of Markdale, so thank you Ron and Tim for having me here tonight. I am 1/3 of North Country Girls band, and we play locally a lot, and we're going on our first tour in August, which is really exciting. So we play old-time music, and for anyone wondering what on earth I'm holding, it's a banjo. So I play clawhammer banjo, which is Appalachian-style banjo. And so the gourd banjo, well, Appalachian and just American folk music in general is a huge melting pot of so many different cultures. And my grandfather, he was an Irish auto harp player. And so when I first started playing banjo, I came across this instrument, which was made by Lowly Mountain Banjos out in Buffalo. And it's kind of the OG banjo. It came from the Caribbean, but people started playing it because you can carve it out of a gourd or out of oak or any other kind of wood. And it's very much, you hear it a lot on early American folk records. So I'm going to play for you the first song I ever wrote on it, which I wrote about 1.5 years ago.
walls out, build them back again. Build them back with powder that I carry in a bag. Add another gram of rocks on to these chains I drag. Wounds will mend in time underneath that western pine. So I sit here waiting, Lord, and I sing this song. Sing a song with hopes I'll find a way to carry on.
Thank you, guys.
That was good, right? Thank you, Talise. Talise will be back a little later tonight, but right now we're going to keep things moving, okay? 2023 was a big year for our local Chamber of Commerce. To tell you all about it, we have Karen Cox, owner and broker of record at Sea and Ski Realty, who also happens to be the South Grey Chamber of Commerce president. Here she is, Karen Cox.
Okay, well, thank you, Ron. And good evening, everyone. And I want to thank you for the invitation to participate in tonight's program of Remaining Upright. And when you think it's still standing and then remaining upright, I think for the Chamber, it was more like a year on the run. But you be the judge as we go through tonight. I'm Karen Cox, the president of the South Grey Chamber of Commerce. And we're going to start with where we were in 2022, because that'll help you understand the beginning of 2023. So if we could just move ahead, Tim, on the next slide. Awesome. Okay. So in 2022, we were the Grey Highlands Chamber of Commerce. And we had the West Grey Chamber of Commerce. And we were in discussions about having a merger. And then we took it to our different memberships, and they both approved it. So the process was at the end of 2022, we were going to form a new chamber. But in the meantime, we were having discussions with the townships of Chatsworth and Southgate because they would like to have a chamber in their area. So all of a sudden, the area expanded, as our mayor indicated earlier, into 4 municipal areas. So the new chamber on January 1st, 2023, covered 4 municipal areas of Grey Highlands, West Grey, Southgate, and Chatsworth. So we've had a busy year getting off the ground in 2023. But what I'm going to cover tonight is just going to cover Grey Highlands. So you'll get a good idea of how busy the chamber's been, because you're only going to see a quarter of what went on. So that gives you a little bit of where we started in with 2023. And this is some of the things I'm going to cover tonight. So if we could just move ahead, Tim. Yeah, these are the things I'm going to cover tonight that the Chamber did in Grey Highlands. Continue ahead, Tim. And this is about our past. So this is what I was just referring to. We went to our memberships, and we started 2023 as the brand new chamber, the South Grey Chamber of Commerce. Next, please. So you can see the municipal area there. We're much larger and a broader membership with the 4 municipalities. And we thought when we came together, and it is true, we are stronger together. We really believed in collaboration. Next slide. And that's a little bit about our vision and mission statements. Because when you start a new chamber, we're starting from the ground up. So our vision was to be the business community hub for South Grey and a vital partner for local businesses. And our mission was to be the recognized voice of business in South Grey, supporting local businesses with marketing, community events, networking, and education. Now on to 2023. Now that you've got some background, okay. So our first event in 2023, we partnered with Grey County and the YMCA to host a regional job fair. which took place in February. And it was held at Grey Highlands Secondary School. We had 20 to 30 employers. We had 680 attendees or job seekers to the job fair, with 300 job opportunities that were available that day for the job seekers. So you can see it was quite busy. We were quite involved. You can keep moving, Tim. There's a few slides just to show a little. Oh, you're ahead of me. The next event we had was in April, was the home show. And it was a great success. We had a lot of attendance. Between 2,200 and 2,500 people came through the show in 2 days. And the show featured a lot of things like the seminar stage, the children's activities, the show passport. We had the food banks there for donations. We had door prizes. And we had a great array of, as you can see, exhibitors. We had over 60 exhibitors inside and out, everything for the home and garden. It was like one-stop shopping for your home under one roof, which was a plus for a lot of people coming through. The seminar stage was very well attended. We had presenters on both days. We had Paul Zammit, which is a renowned garden expert, along with Ben Caesar. We had lots of children activities, so we had fun for them too. The Markdale District Horticulture Society helped children decorate a pot and plant their own violets. We also had, in the parking lot outside, we had the OPP and Grey Highlands Fire and Emergency Services, and they had some nice fancy toys for the kids to look at, like fast racing and high-flying vehicles to check out. And then our grand prize was our show passport, which was our home and backyard prize package, which was valued over $4,000. So once you purchased a passport, you went around to the booths that were the prize sponsors, got your stamps, and it went into a big draw. And that was our winner for 2023. Our next event right after that was the business breakfast. And this was in June, and it's the mayor's business breakfast, and we did it in conjunction with the municipality of Grey Highlands. And our keynote speaker was Patrick Robinson, who's the president and chair of the Niagara Escarpment Biosphere Network, and he's an award-winning experience in planning. So he was our keynote. Right after that, we had a rapid-fire question and answer period with a 5-person business panel, and there was audience participation with a polling tool that we had to get their input into what we were discussing. So that was our business breakfast we did in June. And then we started looking at tourism and how to bring more tourists into the area and what could the chamber do. So the chamber does distributing brochures. We had to add a section on our website. We had to build a whole new website for 2023, highlighting all 4 municipal areas. And for Grey Highlands, we created a video to help promote the area and let people know what Grey Highlands is about. So, Tim, maybe you can play our video that we created for Grey Highlands.
Welcome to the municipality of Grey Highlands, a place where nature's beauty meets small-town charm, and every corner tells a story of a rich history and vibrant community. Explore the welcoming streets of Markdale and Flesherton, lined with unique boutiques, cozy cafes, and local artisans. It's the perfect blend of old-world charm and modern vibrancy, creating an atmosphere that feels like home. Venture a little further and you'll discover the captivating Lake Eugenia, perfect for unwinding or engaging in your favorite water activities. And don't miss the mesmerizing Eugenia Falls and Hoggs Falls, where nature's artwork comes to life with cascading waters amidst lush greenery. Explore the Beaver Valley and visit the Epping John Muir Lookout. Or go for a hike at the Old Baldy Conservation Area, where you can take in stunning views of the Beaver Valley. Whether you're seeking an outdoor Welcome to the Municipality of Grey Highlands, a place where nature for unwinding or engaging in your favorite water activities. And don't miss the mesmerizing Eugenia Falls and Hoggs Falls, where nature's artwork comes to life with cascading waters amidst lush greenery. Explore the Beaver Valley and visit the Epping John Muir Lookout. Or go for a hike at the Old Baldy Conservation Area, where you can take in stunning views of the Beaver Valley. Whether you're seeking an outdoor adventure or a tranquil escape, Grey Highlands has something for everyone.
You have to agree, we live in such a beautiful area. We were trying to portray that. So I think the video captured that. The next, as we all know, Flesherton was under construction, as our mayor was indicating. So during the construction in Flesherton, we partnered with the municipality of Grey Highlands to promote the local businesses and to launch a shopping quest during the construction. The goal was to let people know that Flesherton was open for business during the road construction, and a second goal was to promote shopping local. So the shopping quest, the public could pick up a ballot from any of the participating businesses in Flesherton and receive a stamp for shopping local on the ballot. And once they completed their 8 stamps, they could enter it into a draw for a gift basket that was worth about $450. So the launch was hosted, next slide, sorry, I'm trying to keep up with Tim here. Yeah, so the launch was hosted on October 14th at the Flesherton Pond. In attendance was the mayor, council, staff, and the chamber. On site were also members of the public to kick off the event. And so from the pond, the attendees were encouraged to walk into Flesherton, demonstrating that Flesherton is a walkable community. And the shopping quest ran from October 14th until November 25th. You can see all the different businesses, some of them there, and getting their stamps. So we had a fun time doing that with the council. It was a great joint venture. From there, next was our business awards. So in October, we held the Excellence in Business Award Gala, celebrating outstanding achievements of our local businesses and volunteers during Small Business Week. It was a night to celebrate the outstanding achievements of our local businesses, but also to pay tribute to the lifeblood of any community, our dedicated volunteers. And this one, we had 6 major awards plus the Volunteer of the Year. And this one, I think, got a standing ovation. And you'll hear a little bit more about it when Darlene gets up, but Volunteer of the Year was Harvey Fraser, and he was the chair of the Hospital Foundation and put in a lot of work in this community to bring us to the hospital. And then we had Tourism Award in Excellence. You probably recognize that's a local firm too. Agribusiness of the Year. Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Foodland here in Markdale. A nonprofit excellence with Junction Community Initiatives. New Business of the Year was Ewan's, the littlest ice cream shop. And the Business of the Year, Local Color. So it was so great to celebrate all of our local businesses and volunteers that night. Then we get to our last event of the year, which was Holiday in the Highlands. So traditionally, we've had our Santa Claus Parade, which is on the Friday night. And it was great because the parade, we expanded from 42 floats that we had in 2022 to this year we had over 65 floats. So the parade was expanded. We had the tree lighting ceremony and the Moonlight Madness. And we wanted to expand all of this holiday cheer, so we extended it into a 2-day event with activities that happened also on the Saturday. So we had public skates on the Saturday. We had cookie decorating event hosted by the Markdale Rec community. We had a family movie night that was here at the Ainsley Church. We had wreath building workshop at the arena. We had a craft and vendors market, a Christmas market at the arena. Plus, the biggest thing we added this year was Deck the Highlands, was an outdoor decorating contest. We had over 20 submissions from the area, which included both residential and commercial entries from the area. So as you can see, the decorating contest, this was the winner of the business award here. And I think you'll see the next two, and they've done a great job getting in the Christmas spirit or the holiday spirit. And that was second, and then that was third. And I don't know if we've seen the residential ones or not. I think, yeah, these were the residential ones, yeah. Somebody went to a lot of work. These are great displays, and we put them on a map so people could tour around and see all of the displays, all 20 of them, which was great for families to do or a thing to do on a nice evening over the holidays. That was the cookie decorating. We had like 50 kids in there making cookies. You can see they got quite creative, eh? And these, they like the candies, that's for sure. And these were some of the other events we had during the holidays in the Highlands. So good. So in closing, I just want to, it's an honor to be here tonight to outline what the South Grey Chamber of Commerce has accomplished in 2023 and Grey Highlands, and can't wait to see what the remarkable collaboration and outcomes we can have for 2024. It can only get better. So thank you, everyone, for your attention tonight and for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Thanks for that summary, and I know we're all looking forward to more great events from the Chamber in 2024. And since we can't all be lucky enough to get sick and spend some time in the new hospital, you're probably wondering what it looks like inside, and we have someone here who's going to tell us all about it. This is Darlene Lamberti. She is the executive director for the Centre Grey Health Services Foundation. And she's going to take the stage now, and she's going to take us through a virtual tour of our brand new hospital.
Wonder what it's like to be that tall.
It's great.
So thank you everyone for coming tonight. I would love to take you all through the hospital, but since that might be a little bit disruptive, I thought I'd bring the hospital to you. So again, thank you very much for having me tonight. And I'm here to talk to you about our new hospital, your new hospital. So on September 24th, 2023 at 6 a.m., we said goodbye to the old Markdale Hospital that served us so well for over 70 years. And we opened the new hospital to the public. So let's begin our tour at the emergency department. You will notice that we have, you know what, I'm going to ask a question first. Has anyone been inside the new hospital? Okay, fair bit of you. So you probably have seen certain areas, and we can all agree that it's an absolutely fantastic building. So hopefully tonight you'll be able to see a little bit behind the scenes and a little bit more than you typically would if you came in as a guest. So here we are. We have an overhead, which is really nice. We never had that at the old hospital. And the walkway is heated to avoid slips and falls. So here's the triage. You walk in. It's all absolutely private, again, which is incredibly different from the old hospital. This is a very secure area. It's totally separate from the remaining areas, and so no one has to know your business when you come through. And as we enter the emergency, oh, sorry, go ahead, Tim. As we enter the emergency department, you'll see those doors on the right. That's our ambulance bay. We have an opportunity for 4 ambulances. It's totally covered, and the 4 ambulances fit in there comfortably. And we've actually had 4 ambulances in there at one time. So here is the ER department, the emergency room. And I'm going to give you some facts. It's based on last year's statistics. It's probably a lot different now that we have a shiny new hospital, but last year we saw about 15,000 ER visits. We anticipate that that will probably significantly increase this year now that it's shiny and new. We have 6 treatment rooms and 1 large trauma room. And so there's 2 of those 6 rooms that are a little bit different than the others. One of them is an isolation room. So for example, if there was a COVID patient, that's where that patient would go so as not to infect the rest of the hospital. The other one is a safe room, and that's where you would go if you came in mental crisis. Everything in there, that's the one on the left. Everything in there, there's no ligatures, there's no harsh corners, everything is rounded. All of the tubes, et cetera, are behind that silver gate, and all of the glass in that room is shatterproof. So it is, it's a minimizing threat for both the staff and the patient. So we're now leaving the ER department and entering into the inpatient. We have 7 inpatient rooms and 1 palliative care. And here's a typical room. So every room is nice and large and spacious. Every room has a window to the outside. It's all designed so that you get the best patient experience possible. Every patient has their own bathroom, and again, it's nice and large. You can fit in there in a wheelchair. It's all very comfortable for the patient. So there we are. We are now leaving the, I don't know where we are now. Let's take it again, Tom. Or sorry, Tim. No, go ahead. Again. There we go. Okay. So now this is a new department. This is called the Medical Device Reprocessing Department, or the Sterilization Department. We actually never had this department in the old hospital. Typically what used to happen, if they had some sterilized equipment that came from Owen Sound, and they opened the kit, and for whatever reason something was missing, then they'd have to send the kit back up to Owen Sound. And then the next day it would come back down, and they could then do whatever whatever procedure it was that they needed to do. Now we can sterilize equipment in the Markdale Hospital. So that's a huge step up for us. And the reason why we had that is because we now have scopes. So scopes are back. We had scopes about 15 years ago, 10 years ago, somewhere around there. And our hospital could no longer accommodate them, so we lost the scopes. We now have them back. So this is a surgical suite, and it could actually perform any surgery. We are going to concentrate on scopes, and we hope that we will be the scope center for all of Bright Shore's 6 hospitals. So all routine scopes, endoscopies, colonoscopies, arthroscopies, any type of scopes will be done in the new Markdale Hospital. So that's a real coup for our community. So here it is standing still, and here it is in use. We actually started scopes on January 29th, so they are back. Scopes are now being done here in Markdale, and that's a really big thing for our community. So we're really, as you can see, they're all thrilled about it, and so are we. Or Al. So this is after you would have your scope, this is where you would come into the recovery room. It's a fantastic large 3-bed recovery room. And again, this is something that I don't have any stats for you because we never had this before. But we do anticipate that this will be a very busy department. And as you leave the Scope Center, you come into the Grand Hall. And for those of you that have been to the hospital, you've probably seen this, and it really is spectacular. This picture really does not do it justice. It has Douglas fir pillars, and it's floor-to-ceiling windows, and the views are just fantastic. So I do encourage you all to come in and take a look at it, because it really is something that we should all be very proud of. So as we leave the Grand Hall, we come into the medical imaging department. And we're so happy because we just recently had a naming opportunity celebration where the municipality of Grey Highlands took on the naming opportunity because of their large donation of our medical imaging department. So thank you very much, Mayor. So we do approximately about 15 to 16,000 medical images a year. That includes ECGs, Holter monitors, ultrasounds, echocardiograms, and X-rays. And here you'll see, this is a waiting room. Oh, can I just have you go back, Tim? So this is the waiting, ahead, yep, there we go. This is the waiting room, and we now have lockers in a waiting room because we're also concerned that our cards are going to get demagnetized. So now we have nice lockers that we can put our purses in, so we don't have to worry about that. So again, just another thing that makes the patient experience better. Go ahead. There's one thing that I wanted to point out. I just wanted to mention that all of the equipment that we have in our entire hospital, but predominantly in our medical imaging department, it is all state-of-the-art equipment. It may not be as many as they have at Sunnybrook or Sick Kids or CHIO, but it is as technologically advanced. So I am very proud to say that what we have here at our hospital is absolutely state-of-the-art, and we have absolutely fantastic healthcare coming out of that hospital. So as a community, we should really be proud of that. So as we leave the medical imaging department, we go to the ambulatory care. Again, we never had an ambulatory care department in the old hospital, so I have no statistics for you. But the ambulatory care is the largest ambulatory care department in all of the 6 hospitals within the Bright Shores family, so we're really proud of that. And ambulatory care is where various clinics happen. So right now we have a diabetes education clinic. Dr. McCall has his bone joint clinics. We recently started a skin cancer care clinic where we have 4 dermatologists that host weekly clinics for our community. And Bright Shores has fantastic plans for this department. We expect that when it is fully up and functional, all of the rooms will be busy every day with various clinics. So as we exit the ambulatory care, you want to throw the next one up? We enter the lab. So this is the entrance to the lab, and the next slide will show you the phlebotomy chair. You want to bring it up, Tim? So here's where you come in. There's a small waiting room. Beyond that is the phlebotomy chair where they would actually take your blood. And again, because there is a bed in there and it's a patient experience, you get to see the great outdoors. And then to the left of this slide, which is next, is the lab itself. And the lab is huge. We do about 300,000 lab tests every single year. It's a really busy department. We have new centrifuges, we have new chemistry analyzers. The chemistry analyzer itself was $500,000 that this community purchased. So we have fantastic equipment in there that we don't have to send our blood out elsewhere. Our community doesn't have to leave our community in order to get blood work done. It's done right here at our hospital. So we're really proud of that. You want to flip the next one? So for very selfish reasons, this is one of my favorite slides. This is our donor wall that we proudly display, which is just outside of the lab. And it's really impossible to grasp how fantastic this wall is. It's huge, and it's pictures of local landscape taken by a local photographer, Telfer Weggs. And it really does give us great pride in order to thank our donors in such a grand way. I really do encourage you to come in and take a look at it. Want to hit the next one? There we go. So here we are. This is the main entrance. Behind here is the parking lot behind us, and to the left is the cafe, and to the right is one of the two seating areas for the cafe. So the next time you're in town, stop in, have a coffee, bring a book, take a seat. It's a great view, and all of the funds from the cafe flow back into the hospital, so it's a great loop. So here we are now. This is main registration in the main lobby. As you walk in, you'll see it's nice and bright and airy. And that about covers the upper floor. So what we've just seen on the upper floor is the same on the lower floor. So come on downstairs with me, and we will take a look at where the clinical work is done. So the lower level is where all the administrative and the non-clerical work is performed. We have both a conference room and a boardroom, and both have advanced AV capabilities. So that's really nice considering what we had in the old one. We also have physiotherapy, which is a fantastic large space with plenty of equipment there for them to provide the therapy. They provide both in and outpatient therapy here in Markdale. So as I mentioned previously, the lower level is predominantly reserved for the behind-the-scenes work. This is where you'll find health records, the staff luncheon, the foundation offices. We have shipping and receiving down there. There's the cold storage or the morgue. And we also have a huge, you want to hit the next one? And the next one. Perfect. So we also have 10,000 square feet of Shelton space, so it's untethered space that we can do whatever we want. As we grow, we have the ability to grow. So I think that about covers the tour of the new hospital. And I wanted to mention that we all know the importance of having a hospital in your community. That's absolutely, without a doubt, incredibly important. But it's important for health care, but it's also important for the economic care of the community as well. As Mayor McQueen mentioned, the economy is a really important feature in our area. So these are just a couple of slides that tell you the economic importance of having a hospital in our community. Some interesting facts from the Ontario Medical Association. I won't go over them all, but basically each physician supports 4 full-time jobs. Each physician generates about $205,000 in GDP and more than $50,000 in revenue annually within the community. Each hospital job supports 2 spin-off jobs within the community. So having this new hospital in our community is great for healthcare, it really is. But it's also great for the economic healthcare of our community. And you know what? Maybe it means that our kids don't have to move away. So that about covers the tour of our new hospital. And I just want to thank you for taking the tour with me tonight. And I am incredibly grateful to all of you and to this entire community, because without the community, this hospital would not be here. We raised $5.7 million in a community this size. Actually, you know what? I lied. We raised $6.7 million. We have $1 million to spare. But we have an absolutely fantastic hospital, and it really is because of you. And I don't know how many of you realize this, but the government pays for 90% of the bricks and mortar, and that's where it ends. The community pays for the other 10% of the bricks and mortar and 100% of the furniture, fixture, and equipment in the hospital. 100% of everything in your hospital is paid for by you. So when you walk into the hospital, the chairs you sit on, the bed you lie on, the x-ray machine that determines you have a broken arm, all of the computer equipment that the nurses use, every telemetry, every stethoscope, every piece of equipment, big and small, you bought that. So the next time that you are in the hospital, think of your neighbors, thank all of them, because it is because of you that we have this fantastic hospital. So this, I would like us all to clap, and it's for you. So. As a foundation, it is our goal to raise $1 million a year in order to keep our hospital functional. So again, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. So that is my, my tour of the hospital. And the next one, I guess, did you want to play the video? Okay. So Tim's got a little video to play for you. Thank you, Ron, for creating that little video for us. So, as I mentioned, we have to raise $1 million a year. So, one of the ways that we decided to try and do that last year was to have a Grand Fondo, which means big ride. And so we hosted our inaugural Grey Highlands Grand Fondo cycling fundraiser for the Markdale Hospital last year. Councillor Allwood is on our committee. The mayor was kind enough to come to the podium and speak to everybody, and we had all the fun. It was an amazing day. There were almost 300 riders, 100 volunteers. It was just a fantastic day for the community to come together as one. We had a really ambitious goal of $100,000 for an inaugural event. I was shaking in my boots thinking there's no way we're going to do this. I don't know how we did it, but we ended up raising $215,000. So we bought 2 automated dispensing units. So we're really proud of that. It was our goal, as I said, for $100,000 to purchase 1, but we ended up being able to purchase 2. So our community certainly showed up. And is there another slide there? Okay, perfect, thanks. So this year we will be hosting another Grand Fondo. It will be on September 8th. Our presenting sponsor has come back, JD Smith Logistics Solutions. Thank you very much, JD Smith. And so I want you all to mark your calendar for September the 8th. You can come out and ride. You can sponsor the event, you can sponsor a rider, or you can volunteer. The website is going live March 1st, and we'd love to have you out there. So come on out if you can. That's it for me tonight. Again, I want to thank you for hearing about Centre Grey Health Services Foundation and about your health care and about what we've accomplished this year and what you've accomplished this year as a community. So thank you very much.
Well, it must suck to be that short. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Darlene. That was great. It's been a great year for the foundation. Thank Harvey from all of us as well for all of his good work. And don't forget, registration for the Grand Fondo starts in March. Now, I told you before that Talise would be back to show off some more of that mossy music talent. So here she is to grace us again. Talise Mulholland.
All right, so as I said before, American folk music is kind of just like a huge melting pot of so many different cultures, and what I found beautiful about it and what drew me to it was the stories that came with those. And so the melodies, you can find so many different variations in the lyricism. So people just write their stories and what they've experienced over classic tunes. And one of those phenomenal lyricists that was one of the pioneers of the clawhammer style banjo was Ola Belle Reed. So I'm going to play one of her songs for you, which is called High on a Mountain.
High on a mountain, Lord, wind blowing free, thinking about the days they used to be. High on a mountain, Lord, standing in the rain, wondering if you would ever see me again. As I look at the valleys down below, they were green just as far as I could see. As my memories turn, oh, how my heart did yearn for you and the days that used to be. High on a mountain, Lord, wind blowing free, thinking about the days that used to be. High on a mountain, Lord, standing in the rain, wondering if you'd ever see me again. Oh, I wonder if he ever thinks of me, or if time has blotted out my memory. As my memories turn, oh, how my heart did yearn for you and the days that used to be. High on a mountain, Lord, standing in the rain, wondering if you'd ever see me again. High on a mountain, Lord, standing all alone, wondering where the years of my life have flown.
So again, my band North Country Girls, it's three of us. We're going to be playing here early April. I can't remember the exact date. It has to be confirmed, I believe. And then I'm also playing, kicking off my own personal East Coast tour at venue to be determined. I'll have posters up whenever that happens. What, much to my mother's heartbreak, what I'm doing instead of going to college right now. So, yeah. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you, Talise. Okay, we're having fun. Are we having fun? Doesn't sound like too much fun. The Hanley Institute resides in the old St. John's Church in Flesherton. Providing programs for youth, the Institute fosters creativity and friendship while building confidence, problem-solving skills, and a sense of responsibility among its members. Now, the next guest in tonight's show is a man you might recognize. Michael Copeman is a veteran actor. He has been in many TV shows and movies, and he still remains very active in that world. But his connection to the Hanley Institute is through his very popular theater instruction in their Thursday night theater group classes. As well as giving back to the community in this way, Michael was the driving force behind a scary little outdoor adventure called the Hanley Haunted Hike, which I was lucky enough to be involved with, as were many other volunteers. Besides being a fun Halloween event, the hike also raised money for the Hanley Institute. So first, we'll hear from Michael, and then we'll watch a video created by David Tonks, who is here in the audience. And it'll be all about the hike. And at the end of the video, we'll end this segment with a wrap-up from the wonderful Jenny and Michael again. So here's Michael Copeman.
Thank you. It's been a long night. Let's keep it going quickly. I know it's late. Actually, it's not late. I'm old. Look, we had a lot of fun doing the haunted hike. I never really liked Halloween as an actor. You get dressed up and you don't get paid for it. Where's the fun in that? But got a great opportunity through Jenny to do this. And Tim, you're hiding up there, he voluntold me into the Hanley Institute and said, you have to come and teach theater. Thanks, Tim. It's been a lot of fun, actually. And we have Jessica here, who also teaches with us. And we got quite a crew going on doing that. And it's a lot of fun. And I got to say, thank you, Jenny. I mean, I think I get more out of it than the kids do. I really mean that. It's just great to work with them. So we did make a film. David Tonks shot a masterful video. He insisted and fought for every bit of footage and bossed us around and bullied us until we let him get the camera in there in front of everybody else, because it's important to keep a record. And he's doing a great job ongoing with the Hanley Institute, filming stuff and doing interviews with Jenny. And while I'm here, I just want to make a plug for next year. It's going to be even better. Yeah. It's not going to be outside, so that's way better. I mean, outside's great, yeah, but it was really hard on the crew, the average age of which is 60, north of 60, or I don't know, Keith, you might be younger, but it was tough on everybody that was involved, but they did a great job in yeoman service, and I think we had a good show. A bunch of things went wrong, of course. We got a fire truck stuck. The best part of it was, I don't even know how they got rid of it, but it disappeared and it was never a problem, and I didn't know anything about it, and that was wonderful. Thank you very much, Stan, for getting rid of the fire truck. And also, we made a mess in the back of Bernard's. We're sorry. You shouldn't have brought the truck in, really. It was just too heavy, and it just sank. But it was a great time, a lot of fun. And council supported us with a grant, which, boy, we couldn't have done it without you guys, and we really appreciate it. We're going to try not to come back this year, right? I know things are tight, and you got to keep the township going, and you got a hospital to pay for. I'm so proud of us that we got that hospital. That's terrific. How many years have we been raising money for that hospital? I was this big? No, not that long ago. But when I first came up here, actually, I did participate in a run for it, and I thought it was going to be great. I'm going to eat a big meal, for the run. I got about 100 yards down the course. We died from stomach cramps from running too hard. I walked in, but we raised money, but it's been a long process, and now we got it, so that's good. So feel free to get sick, folks. You'll be taken well care of. Okay, just kidding. Do you start the movie now or what? Thanks, David. It's about 10, 11 minutes, and then Jenny will come up and answer some questions about the Institute. If you have any, we won't keep you here all night. Thank you, Talise. Love your music. Cheers.
It's a youth center in downtown Flesherton, and where it came from is there's a lack of opportunities for kids in the area, so that's how we got up and going. I want every youth that comes through the door to realize that this is a safe place. So despite every youth's home situation, school situation, social situation, this is a safe place where they can come. They can always have something warm to put in their bellies. They can have access to clothing, other resources. It's really grown.
Definitely.
That being kind to each other doesn't mean that you give up your morals. It doesn't mean that you have to be friends with them. Being kind it means that when people are around you, they don't have to be scared. They don't have to pretend that they're somebody that they're not. They can be who they are. They can show empathy. You need to go out for rugby. You'd be so good.
Maybe.
You're fast, you're tough. You'd be a really good player. Be kind is really important here. It's one of our mottos. When they're here and when they're not here, that's what I expect out of them, is for them to be kind to everybody around them, because they don't know their story. They don't know where they've come from. They don't know where they're going. They don't know if they had breakfast that morning or if they have a home to go home to that night. So while they're here, this is their safe place. This is a place where they're not going to be bullied. They're not going to feel that they're not good enough. This is, a great place to be.
Welcome to Hanley Haunted Hike.
The haunted hike was phenomenal because we had so many volunteers, so many community members step up that wanted to help out. The youth were so excited to perform. It was just, the energy was out of this world. Lots of people were taking pictures, lots of people were posting on their social media how it was definitely the event to go to.
We got 34 kids here at the Hanley Institute doing theater alone. Well, that's, 68 parents. You add the grandparents, the aunts and uncles, the other siblings, and you've got an audience already, and plus their friends. And so everybody wanted to see it. As soon as we started saying we're going to do this haunted hike, all of a sudden there's another 10 kids that want to be part of it.
We tallied about 400 people went through the haunted hike from this community and communities around, which was pretty cool for the kids.
So, you guys are in here, you're making a little bit of noise, not a lot. It's moaning, it's otherworldly. You sound like not even human. Off this branch, a rope and a wire.
Same deal, same stuff.
Okay, now you're dead. Let's hear what the professional actor would say about that, because this is between two actors. So what's your advice, Jeff?
I will demonstrate. You don't have to go to the ear, you go to the side, and it looks like you're whispering in her ear, but you're actually talking to the back of her head.
Thank God. Thank you.
It's been quite amazing, actually. No, just right down from the Hanley kids doing their wonderful, enthusiastic acting, and to the costume making, to the props, the lighting, the sound. It's been an all hands on deck success story, I believe.
People come out here and they'll say, this is great, boy, you guys did a really good job. But they have no idea how much prep work goes into it. I mean, we've got a slew of volunteers working. Peter trailered his tractor over here, just to cut the bush because the weeds were this high, and we got to get people through there. And Jeff just slapped together this contraption. That's going to be the front of the coffin tent.
What's going on there? They reach into to see a dead body, and then you grab their wrist when they're reaching a candle in.
We got all these volunteers. This doesn't happen.
Tell us a bit more about the hike.
The hike? Okay.
So it's just going to be this spooky, scary hike.
Super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be the best.
I'm being hung.
Okay.
And there's going to be a big rock of like terror.
I'm going to die.
And after, there's going to be the grand finale. That's the Monster Mash.
Yeah.
Why theater at Hanley? Why not? Theater's great. I mean, they've got baking, they've got sports, they've got games, computers. That's all fine. But theater, challenge these kids. Let them, whatever you want to be.
What's the role that you're playing in the haunted hike? Witch. So what are you going to do?
Be a witch?
And where are you going to be?
We're at the Halloween hike, and we're at the cauldron being witches.
Can we have a pose all together? Get all close in and show me the witch's cauldron. You must stir the pot.
Boiling trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble, fillet of a fanny snake, in the cauldron boiling big.
They were so excited to perform, to be dressed up in costumes. It was amazing.
So who drew this?
Me.
Wow, it's very wonderful. Can you say again what it is?
It's kind of like Goku, but like from Dragon Ball Z. But he has just a huge grin with sharp teeth and everything. That's it.
Very good, really good.
And as possible. Not even joking.
It's an outlet, and it's a chance for them to show if you can do these things now, you can maybe have a vision of how you want to go through life. It's very thick and beautiful and very weird and creepy looking. And there'll be 200 people out here watching.
200?
We're making human beings here. We're helping to round these kids out. Not every kid's going to be good at hockey or volleyball.
I started becoming interested in acting.
What are you doing for your role?
I am a car crash victim. Yeah.
That's pretty scary.
And I didn't like sports.
Are you feeling confident?
I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm really, really excited, and I think it's going to be really cool. It was fun. And again, just like rehearsing with my friends and having a good time with all of them was really fun for me.
But, you know, it gives them confidence. And we want confident young people in our community. I think you get into trouble when people lack confidence, when they're unsure of who they are.
So, how did you like Mike? Mike was good because he's like quite persuasive and makes you do things correctly.
But only Cal and Ivy. Don't attack anybody in the crowd. You're only attacking your friends.
All right, you want to tell us what you're doing for the haunted hike?
I am going to be a zombie attacking civilians.
That's pretty cool. Are you feeling really confident about your role?
I am feeling very confident. I feel like this is going to be so much fun.
But if you have confidence and you're sure of who you are, you don't have to impress anybody. You're already impressive walking down the street. And that, we're making better citizens.
It's all falling into place, and we will be ready.
25 costumes, and we're still going.
Follow my hand. Dish.
Move your whole body around.
That's it.
Like this.
We got a director. Boom! Theater forces you to learn to read and to speak. Learn what's a comma, what's it for, what is a period. Both Tim and I try to get them to enunciate, understand what it is you're saying, and say it clearly with confidence. People will listen to you. It's just a good skill to have. So he's now prepared to embalm himself because he's suffering from lead poisoning and he's dying too. So this is the tableau. I will go if I were you. It could get very scary. You know, I'm just trying to get you into the frame of mind of you've just had a nasty car accident and you're messed up. And you're worried about the car, you're worried about, we could die out here.
I can taste blood. Oh my God, Elena!
No.
We will not die here.
The best thing for the event was the kids, they were so excited. Before, after, they were all proud of themselves, they were proud of each other.
And the haunted hike. What we're gonna do with the haunted hike, it gets bigger and it gets better. Jenny, come on up and answer some questions. I hope you guys got some questions for Jenny. Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and really got to give this guy a lot of credit.
And Tim and Keith
but,
and
and we
Pete,
actually have two youth
and
here,
and Council and Dane
Aiden and Elena, who
yeah.
were actually in it. So if you
Yeah.
have questions, ask them because they are
Yeah.
super
Two
excited
of our
and they're
stars
awesome.
right out here, Aiden and Elena.
We do have a lot of different programs. Theater is definitely one of my favorites. It's one of the original programs that we've started. It's definitely grown from what it was to now, thanks to these two gentlemen and your friends that you've suckered along the way to be a part of it.
What are some of the other programs you got?
Oh, well, let me go here. We have cooking programs, camera club, after school drop-in where kids can just come and hang out with each other. We've just started a music program on Wednesday nights where kids can come and either learn music or if they already know, they just come and jam. We actually just did a Friday night community jam session where people in the community came in with the youth, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, and we're always expanding. I find it's really important for the youth to have a say. So if they have programs that they want to run or they have different opportunities that they want to do, I'm always open to it, and I find one of my friends or somebody I know to be able to come and deliver the programs that they want. So, we have D&D. We have Dane, who's the dungeon master here. So we also, which has grown. You know, we had 2 groups, and now we're up to 5 groups. So with Emmett starting, and you have 6 or 7 kids per group. So it's a big building, but we're running out of space just for D&D clubs. So yeah. Anything else you want to say?
Dane?
Yep.
You said the next hike's gonna be inside. Where's your thought?
We're going to create a tunnel of terror.
At your house.
Well, that's the after party. We're going to be indoors this time. I nearly killed my crew last time. We're going to be indoors, a controlled environment. We'll be able to do all kinds of wonderful things. Starts with the tunnel of terror. Jeff Bose, right out here, was our wonderful production stage manager last year and helped Tim and I write the skits and stuff. So we'll be taxing him some more and putting him to work. We're going to be designing this tunnel of terror. I won't say too much about that, except that, just that. And then there's also upstairs I believe it's called the Academy of Death, which is a schoolroom that Amy's going to take over and give us a bunch of dead students, a teacher dead impaled at the massive chalkboard, which when she saw the chalkboard at the place there, she got excited. She went, I know exactly what to do here. So there's that.
And we're going to stop talking anymore.
Okay.
It has to be a surprise.
Right, you don't want to give it all
away.
Right. So come next year. We're actually going to do 6 shows this year, but it feels like next year. We have to get through winter, then spring, then summer. 6 shows, 6:30 and 8 o'clock, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the weekend before Halloween, 25, 26, and 27. We're very excited to do that. Yes. Right, Jenny? We'll raise a bunch of money and spend a bunch of money and raise a bunch of money and get another 34 kids bouncing around doing crazy stuff.
And loving it.
Yeah, I hope so. You better enjoy it. You too. He's got a lot of work to do in this one. It's going to grow and get even more exciting. But I'm really proud of these kids. They're amazing. You give them a little and you put them up there and they're nervous, but then they pull it off. Pros walking around like, where's my entourage, my makeup?
Makeup.
Yeah. And that's the guys. No, kidding. No, it's a great bunch, and you know, Jenny's got great open doors there for the kids. I think the ages were 10 to 14 and around there.
Grade 7 and up. Good try.
What do I know? It's been a while since school.
Yeah, most of our programs are grade 7 and up, so it's 12 and up. But
Okay.
we do have chess club. We do grade 5 and up.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, most of them are grade 7 and up.
Right, and we also, we're hoping with some of the gals and the guys as they get older, we said we'd stay with them if they want to keep doing it into high school and stuff, we'd be happy to. And then one of our gals got a part in a high school show already. Elena, I understand you got cast in the musical at the school. So you'll be singing and dancing and acting away. We're so excited.
And we're going to be cheering for you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're not getting off the hook that easy. Any other questions? No? Great, let's go home. Oh, no, sorry, it's your show. You might have more stuff to do. Thank you, Jenny.
Can you just hang on for a second? I thought it'd be a good time to pull some names for the draw. Susan's Delicatessen.
Okay, I need that one. I didn't even get to fill in these out.
Oh.
I can't win.
And the winner is Marie McLeod.
Right, yeah. She not here?
Is she not here?
Okay, great. No, she's over there.
Oh, she's over there. Do you want to come and get your
No,
prize?
the ticket's here. Yeah, yeah. What's next?
Next, I have a 3-pack of Danielle Steele novels.
Who did those come from? Kevin?
Those come from the library.
Oh, okay. You have to go back tomorrow?
No.
Get a late fee.
Leona Stubbings.
Right there, yeah.
There she is. And I have a Bookfest coffee mug with some coffee. We'll be having another Bookfest in March 23rd. And the winner of this is Bonnie Guse.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for helping with that. There you are. Enjoy. So we're getting near the end of presentations. Has this been interesting? Yes? You're going to do this again next year? I must say that there's one thing that ties all of these stories together, and that's the wonderful volunteers. We wouldn't have any of this that you've seen tonight if it wasn't for the volunteers in our community. So let's give a round of applause to all the volunteers in Grey Highlands. We have one more video to watch. To preface this video, I want to say on behalf of the Annesley Events Church and at the Hanley Institute, none of us in the group are paid for the time and talent that we've put into the project. We're doing this to utilize and maintain this building for the community. And we think it's such a great facility and it needs to be shared, and we appreciate your support. So thank you for that. Now, here's a look back on a year of events at Annesley.
think it's remarkable what you're doing, what's happening here, and the fact that you're patronizing what's happening. We'd like to applaud what you're doing in Markdale. We think it's great.
Thank you. So I think we've come to the end of the evening. I know we've gone a little bit over the allotted time that I had. But before you go, thank you again for coming out. And I hope you were entertained and you learned some things about all the great stuff that happens in our community over the course of a year. That said, these were only a few of the highlights from 2023. There were so many more events and good news stories that we could have told tonight, but at some point we've all... So I want to put it out there. I want to put out a challenge. If to all of you who are involved in something, volunteering, doing something great this year, make a video or create a presentation, let us know so that we can show it at next year's Remaining Upright. And let us know if you want to be part of this event next year. And now some shameless plug for a few upcoming events here at Annesley. This coming Thursday, February 22nd at 7 p.m. is the first in a series of talks on climate action in Grey Highlands. Victoria Serta of the Climate Reality Project will be here with some Indigenous youth to talk about local indicators of climate change and the societal shift to sustainable communities. On Friday, March the 1st at 8 p.m., please note it's 8 p.m., not 7. 8 p.m. start. Paige Warner will be back with her 5-piece band in a concert you won't want to miss. Many of you might remember Paige and the Christmas concert that she gave us and how great that was. Well, this is going to be maybe even better. On Saturday, March the 23rd, the Grey County Reads Book Fest happens again with lots of local authors with their books. A great time to get some summer reading. And in April, watch for River Glen and the North Country Girls, featuring Talise, who performed here tonight. And thank you to our guest presenters. Thank you, Susan Stelly. Thanks, Talise. Thank you, Tim Riley in our production booth up there, who nobody ever gets to see. And again, to the entire Annesley Events gang, thank you for all your hard work over the past year. I want to thank everyone again. And yes, Dane.
Quickly to say on Family Day at Markdale Arena, Monday.
Come up here and say it.
If you're quickly mentioning upcoming events, Monday is Family Day. Family Day Markdale Recreation has a few different things going on at the Markdale Arena. If you got kids, grandkids, children, we're all big kids at heart, come on out and play. There's a few different events. There's a bonfire going on outside, marshmallow roasting, a few different other events coming out. So Monday, starting at 11 a.m., goes till 3 o'clock. There'll be public skating as well if you just want to go and skate in the arena. Thanks.
Okay. Any other events we want to tell everyone about? No? Okay. Well, thank you again. Thank you.